Your cat and health problems. As a loving pet owner, this is certainly not something you want to hear or something that you'd ever want to face if you could avoid it. However, knowledge is king, even the tough stuff. It's always wise to arm yourself with a respectable amount of knowledge as a cat owner, especially when it comes to your pet's health, as your ability to recognize the signs and symptoms of a problem can lead you to being proactive, thus helping your cat to receive the best possible care at the earliest indication of a problem. When it comes to male and female cats, there's not much that truly stands out with respect to the topic of more health problems. However, there are a few things to be mindful of as a whole. In today's material, I'll touch on several of the most common feline illnesses and diseases, provide a brief overview of each, and detail those all important signs and symptoms to look for. I've got you covered. Stay tuned. Let's kick things off with urinary tract disease, more specifically, lower urinary tract disease, also known as FLUTD. When it comes to the topic of male and female felines, this disease often affects the males, a lot more due to the fact that male cats have a smaller urethra. Felines that are obese and or mostly consume an abundance of dry food are largely the most susceptible to urinary tract disease. A few of the symptoms can include, but are certainly not limited to, increased water consumption, frequent urination, painful urination, leaking the area primarily due to discomfort, vomiting, and lack of appetite. In severe cases, bloody urine may also be present. The daily consumption of fresh water, coupled with daily wet food, can often clear and prevent this disease. This is especially true if a general lack of fluids and regular dry food consumption was the primary cause. Another common issue that plagues felines are upper respiratory infections. Infections of this nature account for roughly 90% of all quote unquote bad colds in cats. Male and female kittens often fall victim to upper respiratory infections simply due to their age and their lack of immune system development. A cat's environment, especially in a multi-cat household or a shelter, they're at greater risk for these types of infections. Another common health concern that can impact felines, well, fleas. More of an obvious one here. And because they have a tendency to roam a bit more, male cats are more susceptible to fleas than females, but that's really not saying too much. Unless a feline is properly treated and then properly medicated moving forward, they'll get fleas. You can pretty much bank on it. An incredibly common health issue. The signs that your cat has fleas can include, but certainly not limited to, frequent scratching, frequent grooming, irritated skin, fur loss in large chunks, skin infection, anemia in severe cases of an outbreak, and the obvious one, the visual of fleas on your cat. With respect to treatment, thankfully, this is a bit of an easy one. Topical treatments are often more than efficient when it comes to eliminating fleas. As for fleas in your home, use flea traps. That's my personal recommendation, just my personal choice. The traps with the light and that sticky pad, very simple and easy. Years ago, I used them and they worked quite well. Certainly exceeded all of my expectations. If you do have any questions or concerns about proper flea remedies and which product is best for your cat, please consult a vet. Another common health problem is diabetes, often affecting adult or senior felines that are overweight. The early symptoms of diabetes can include frequent urination and weight loss, even though the cat has maintained a robust appetite. Diabetes is more common in male felines. The next notable health concern that I'll address is worms, more specifically tapeworms. Unfortunately, tapeworms are very common, and because tapeworms live in a feline's small intestine, the symptoms can often be hard to define, as they can mimic other known illnesses and diseases. Vomiting, weight loss, anemia, dehydration, just to name a few. As for the cause of tapeworms, this occurs when a cat ingests fleas that have been infected with tapeworm larvae. Over time, the larvae develop into tapeworms that dwell inside of a feline's intestines. Ugh, just unpleasant just thinking about it. Although kittens can become infected, tapeworms more often affect cats that are in the young adult stage of life. With respect to our core topic, cats, regardless of male or female, are more likely to get a tapeworm if they reside in an environment that is heavily infested with fleas. Another notable health issue, and I'll group these together, and that's diarrhea and vomiting. Unfortunately, many things can cause both. Changes in diet, the consumption of objects of a non-food variety, liver disease, kidney disease, stress, allergies, fur balls or hair balls, infection. The reasons are quite abundant. It's important to note that diarrhea and vomiting are symptoms of a bigger issue. Being proactive and being mindful of your cat's overall behavior, this can be the key when it comes to receiving a proper diagnosis and early treatment. Now let's talk about your pet's vision. Direct trauma to the eye, inflammation, viruses, pink eye, cataracts, glaucoma, ulcers. Just like people, cats can certainly fall victim to most all of the same eye health issues that we can. If your pet has watery eyes, discharge, stained fur around the eyes, cloudy eyes, red eyes, and engages in frequent squinting and or the pawing of the eyes, any of these, especially in clusters with other symptoms, could indicate a problem. Do not hesitate. Seek professional care for your pet if you do feel their vision and overall eye health is at risk. And finally, the last common health concern that I'll mention today is cancer. Squamous cell carcinoma, oral and skin cancer. Fibrosarcoma, cancer of the connective tissues. Mammary, breast tumors, and lymphoma, cancer of the lymphatic system, are the most common. Male felines are more likely to be diagnosed with lymphoma compared to females. To the audience of Senior Cat Wellness, your thoughts on this topic as a whole? As you can see, relative to our core topic question, male cats, by and large, are not necessarily more prone to illnesses compared to females, at least by a large percentage or degree. Unfortunately, most of the notables that were covered here today can strike any cat, have most any age, male or female. This is why it's important to always be mindful of your cat's overall health standing and be proactive as soon as you do notice something that goes against your cat's baseline in terms of overall personality and physical activity. Stark changes in both could be your cat's way of telling you that something just is not right. But once again, your thoughts and general commentary, personal stories, the comment section, it's all yours. And if you enjoyed this content, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd certainly love to have you as a member of the Senior Cat Wellness family. And until next time, thank you so very much for watching, and I will talk to you later.